What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. And snow is falling in Empires and Puzzles land. We've got the weird little snowmen that the villagers have been building. So it is officially the 1st of December. So Christmas has Christmased. And there's a little Christmas tree over there as well. And with that, we have the arrival of the new Christmas heroes. So, of course, we're going to have a look at them today. We're going to see what these little guys are all about. It seems like we're carrying on the theme of the little elves, the evil elves. And we've got a total of 3 brand new 5 stars, as well as a new 4-star and a brand new 3-star hero as well. So I'm really excited about these heroes. Let's go ahead and get started. So we'll start off with the featured hero. I reckon this is probably Cookie's probably the face of the new Christmas portal. Looks like Santa Claus's evil little minion looking dude. Santa's apprentice, his evil apprentice. Looks like he's got the wrong end of the stick. But anyway, let's go ahead and start with Cookie. So first of all, Cookie is a fire hero. He is of the rogue class, so he gets a chance to dodge, which is cool. Now, the family bonus for the winter heroes, they get an additional 2% or 3% health for minions, and an additional 5 or 10% attack for their minions, inherited from the summoner, depending on how many heroes you have in the family. So it goes up to a maximum of 3 heroes and doesn't kick in until you got 2 or more. So that is... it's a pretty decent bonus, actually. It makes their minions a bit more survivable, and the minions, for most of them, act as a bit of a meat shield, so that's pretty cool. Now, he does, let's just check here, he benefits from the ailment reflect on the ether talent. So that's a really unique one, actually, because at the start of the battle, he reflects ailments. I think it's probably better than the ailment block, because they just are going to just reflect the ailments onto the opposite team. So right off the bat, that's pretty cool. He looks incredible. I love the art of these little heroes, even from like Stinky Peppermint from last year. It just definitely puts you in that Christmas vibe. So let's switch off his max power preview for a second. We'll check his stats out. So 916 attack, 968 on the defense, and 1666, oh no, number of the beast, 1666 on his health. So he's pretty good overall. Those stats are great. His team power's at 949, and he is pretty defensively built, so he's going to be very survivable. So we do like that a lot. Now his special skill is running at average speed, and it's called Mystery Potions, obvious, judging from the potions around his belt. So at average speed, he's going to reduce the mana of all enemies by 20%. That's just annoying. Then he summons an elf minion for all allies with 10% HP and 10% attack. Remember, you can boost those up with the family bonus by an additional 5 or 10% attack there, and an additional 2 or 3% health there as well. Now, all enemies receive a mystery potion. Okay, after 3 turns, the mystery potion explodes and does 450 damage to the target. That sucks. So I'm not sure whether the mystery potion is an ailment. I would assume that it's an ailment. It's not a fiend. It doesn't specify that it's a fiend, or it has a specific amount of HP, and we have seen this effect before for fiend summoners, but never so... in fact, I think Carol's got the same kind of ailment, so I think that it should be able to be cleansed. Or you probably can use, again, an ailment block or reflector on this one. So it explodes and deals 450 damage to the target. After the explosion, the target can't gain mana for 3 turns. So that's just adding insult to injury. That's what this guy is all about, Cookie, is insult to injury, man. So if you can't cleanse that mystery potion, then after 3 turns, everybody who's got one, which is the whole team, is going to get 450 damage. And then after that explosion, they're going to not be able to gain mana for 3 turns. So it's like a full-on block mana like hell type effect, but it does kick in after 3 turns. But I think what's key with this hero is the initial mana reduction. So there's no damage in the special per se until after the 3 turns, but what he does do is reduce the mana of all enemies by 20%. So what that means is that when you cast this hero, even if you were fully charged, unless you got a charge hero, obviously some of the magic heroes will be quite useful, the ninja heroes, for example, then there is an issue here. I would say probably the best counter for this guy is going to be somebody like Melina, because she's a charge hero. So if you get her, to 1.5 charge, if Cookie fires off, he's not going to reduce her more than 20%. So you're still going to be able to get that cleanse going and to remove those mystery potions. But if you don't have her and you're going up on attack against Cookie, good luck, because that mana gain stop after 3 turns, coupled with the damage, coupled with the mana reduction, is just insane. So yeah, I do like this hero. I think it's an interesting kind of hero, one that you would have to think about to use properly. You'd have to pair him with other heroes, and that's what I like about Empires and Puzzles. Heroes like this are what I really love about this game. So yeah, I do like Cookie. I don't think he's going to be in the A+ category. I'll give him an A, though. He seems like a pretty staunch hero, and he looks incredible. So that's the first of our 3. Now, the second one is going to be Ginger. She looks scared, man. What's happened to you, Ginger? Who's attacking? So yeah, she's the warrior. She is a nature hero, so she's of the ranger class, so she has a chance to bypass with her attacks. We're going to see why that's quite important. In terms of stats, same family bonus, by the way. No passives for the Christmas heroes just yet. Maybe we'll see them next year. So the stats, we're looking at 957 on attack, 935 on defense, and 1627 on the health, for a total team power of 949. So quite respectable and quite balanced stats across the board. Now, Ginger is running at fast speed. All right, so her special is called Hasty Trigger Finger. I love that. And she summons an elf minion for all allies with 10% HP and 10% attack. Pretty good hero to pair up with somebody like Pengi or Mr. Pengi from this family, because he takes advantage of those minions, and at fast speed she's going to be summoning for the whole team. It's just a pity she's not in blue. But anyway, for the next 3 turns, this character deals 500% damage to a random enemy each time any other ally casts their special skill. So watch out for that Hasty Trigger Finger, because it's going to do some serious damage. All allies except the caster's special skills deal an additional 20% damage for the following 3 turns as well. So you really kind of are incentivized with Ginger to have your heroes charged up. I mean, she, for me, would be absolutely best as part of an attacking team. I think paired with either a 3 or 4 stack in the same color, where you want 2 other fast speed attackers, maybe even a fast speed healer. Doesn't really matter. If you have somebody like Francine, that would be amazing. Not Francine, shit, I forget her name now. Anyway, the Toxicandra, that's who I was thinking of. Completely different hero. But anyways, Francine would probably work pretty well with her as well. But the reason I'm saying this is that when you fire Ginger off, you immediately would want other special skills ready to fire, because for the next 3 turns, any ally casts their special skill, Ginger's going to deal 500% damage to a random enemy, and 500% damage, especially with that high attack stat, is going to hurt. In fact, it's going to kill. If you've got enough specials ready to go off, it doesn't matter if they're running it very fast or fast speed. Ginger's a killer, man. She doesn't even realize that she's doing it. You can see from her eyes, she's like the most innocent murderer in Christmas Town. But that's what's going to happen with Ginger. So a great hero, love her. She gets the regen ether talent, bit of a letdown unfortunately there, but I think I would go ahead and limit break her just for the boost in stats, because she's going to be a monster. She's like a guardian hippo that just hits one for a snipe shot. And yeah, that is pretty dangerous. So yeah, a great hero in Ginger. Now let's just go out and back in so I don't have to waste too much of you guys' precious time. The next hero is this guy, Zappa. Look at this guy, man. The craziest googly-eyed little elf I've ever seen in my life. So I love this. Even if he's not good, I love this card. So he's a wizard, obviously an ice hero. Benefits from the same family bonus. And in terms of stats, that attack looks pretty damn high on the max power preview. So yeah, he's looking at 988 on the attack, 918 on the defense. Sorry guys, and 1586 on his health. So definitely a more attacking hero. So yeah, he's definitely ready to kill some mofos. Sorry guys, I just like for you to be able to see the picture, so it makes me laugh. So he's got the blue shroom wand. That is what's going on with this guy. So as you can see, he's been shrooming, and he's just loving it. Who knows what the effects of a blue mushroom are like, but I mean, by the looks of him, I want some of what he's having. So he's running at very fast speed. Now, at very fast speed, he's going to deal 350% damage to the target and summon an elf minion with 10% HP and 10% attack. So for himself. So he's just going to be a single target snipe up front. And then the target receives 531 frost damage over 3 turns. This effect spreads to nearby enemies. All right, so am I a huge fan of this? Not a huge fan. I love the card. I love the art. Don't get me wrong. But I just don't think that he is going to be very impactful. I think the spreading frost damage is cool. I think the fact that it's going to increase with limit breaks and emblems is cool. So it goes up to 723 frost damage over 3 turns. And I think the fact that if the effect spreads to nearby enemies is cool. But the only problem is it can be cleansed. So you can work around this hero if you've got the right other heroes on your defensive team. So I don't see him as being a very good defensive hero. I don't see him as being the greatest attacking hero, but I think that he could be usable as long as you've got no cleansers and no ailment blockers on the other team, which is saying a lot, because with most defensive teams, if anybody has like half an ounce of sense, they'll have some kind of ailment block on their team if they have it available. So apart from the fact that he looks incredible, I think that this is kind of the booby prize, unfortunately, amongst our new Christmas heroes. But that being said, he would make you smile every time you looked at him. So for that reason, he's going to get a B, because I think that he can be used in certain circumstances, but not everywhere. So yeah, that's all I've got to say about Zappa. Not the greatest hero, but fantastic looking card. Now, our 4-star hero is the gothic, really depressed looking Dizzy. And not sure she's aptly named, but she is a dark hero. She is of the wizard class. Now, I'm going to leave the max power preview on, as I said before, and I always try and do with these 4-star heroes. I want to know whether they can stack up or whether I'd be able to use them in the 5-star format and against, teams that I'm raiding against and things like that. Otherwise, I don't really see too much of a point. Especially with the way that the power creep's going at the moment with the new heroes, and unless there's maybe a niche in terms of tournaments or in terms of titans or something like that, that is the way that we're going to cut the mustard with these heroes. So for Dizzy, we're looking at 960 on the attack, 933 on defense, and 1693 on the health. So total team power of 944. So yeah, pretty good. Plus she benefits from the attack up ether talent. So at the start of the battle, she gets an additional 20% added to that attack stat for the first 6 turns. So not bad. Now her special skill is called Gloomy Tune, and it's running at average speed. Now, at average speed, she's going to deal 250% damage to the target and nearby enemies. So she's going to hit 3 for a similar amount. With that attack stat, 250 plus the attack boost. That's a pretty decent hit. Now, stop disappearing on me, Gloomy. Where are you? There you are. Now she summons the elf minion for the caster and nearby with 10% HP and 10% attack. Then the caster and nearby allies reflect all status effects and 100% damage back to the attacker and block other negative effects from enemies' holy special skills for 4 turns. Status effects cast by characters, minions, and fiends on the same side can't be reflected. So, you know what? This is set up to be an absolutely incredible hero, but it isn't, and I'll tell you why. So the caster and nearby allies reflecting status effects and 100% damage back to the attacker is amazing. Just stop there. Just stop right there. Don't include the one part where it says just holy special skills, because that means that she's limited to only being able to do that to holy enemies. You are going to have a niche for it. I mean, maybe in like a 4-star tournament where there's no, not even in that. But basically, if you're facing a multitude of holy enemies, then this is a great hero. Like Ursina, Ursina, when she came out initially, she was really useful because of that reflect to holy. Guardian Kong with his reflect to ice. I mean, he's probably a lot better just because of he's got other things going on in terms of his dispel and other things like that. But yeah, for the most part, with Dizzy, she should have just been a reflect hero for 3. But the fact that she just reflects negative effects and damage from holy special skills means that she's kind of limited. So, I mean, she's not a bad hero. She is a hit 3 for a decent amount of damage, but she is quite niche with the fact that she only reflects damage and negative effects from holy characters. So, yeah, I want to like Dizzy, but I'm kind of on the fence about Dizzy. We'll see. Maybe like a mid-range type of 4-star hero, especially in the dark category where there are some other absolute stars. Now let's move on to our little 3-star. He is called Jolly, and you can see he's not smiling, and but he does look pretty jolly. So, anyways, he's a holy hero. In terms of the family bonus, he's got the same and the class is the same. But this, to be honest, is probably one of the heroes that I'm most excited about. And I know I don't sound it, but I love this hero. And here's why. So his special skill is called Birch Blessing. Now he's running at very slow speed, which is normally a massive negative. But at very slow speed, he boosts the health of all allies by 475. Sorry, guys, 1 second. There he is. 475. And summons the elf minion for each ally with 10% HP and 10% attack. And get this. All allies reduce all received damage by 45% for the following 6 turns. All allies get plus 35% mana generation for 6 turns. This is awesome. I'll tell you why. So this guy, and I mean, if any of you do compete in rush wars and things like that, you'll know how effective somebody like FaZe, the 3-star hero from the June's portal is, or June's, whatever. That I had it right the first time, I think. So let's take FaZe over here. I don't even have him second limit broken. He works just fine like this. But I use him in every single rush war. And here's why. He boosts the health of all allies by 350. And all allies are immune to new status ailments for 4 turns. And all allies get plus 30% defense for 4 turns. So he's a great hero. Absolute rush superstar at the 3-star level. An incredible counter to somebody like Alfrike at the 5-star level. So if we go in here and we have another look at Jolly under another lens, He's reducing all received damage for all allies by 45% for the following 6 turns after he casts. Now, we've got heroes that deal extreme amounts of damage, so damage reduction by half means that a hit which would normally have done 1,000 damage is only going to do 500, and that can make a massive difference. So I wouldn't use him in any 5-star format, but I would definitely use him in Rush Wars. I think he's an amazing hero. Just go ahead and second limit break this guy. You will not regret it. And in the 3-star Rush tournaments, he's going to make an amazing tank. And he's going to be really useful on your defensive and your attacking team. So you are going to see a lot of use out of Jolly if you do go ahead and level him. So I've pulled him, got a couple of him ready to go. I haven't pulled any of the other heroes yet, but I'll certainly be dropping some more summons in this Christmas portal because I do love quite the majority of these heroes. So, I mean, excellent hero. I can see a definite use for Cookie. Ginger's amazing. I really like her. I think she's probably my favorite from this portal. Zappa, not the hugest fan of, but like I said, his blue mushroom makes me laugh. I just realized how that sounded. Anyways, Tinsel. Tinsel being featured actually is probably better than Zappa being featured. I hope they don't change that around. I'd rather she was featured, to be fair. She's an amazing hero. And then Dizzy, jury's still out, and Jolly, absolutely amazing hero. Now remember, you do still have all of the older Christmas heroes in the portal. You've got Costume Krampus, you've got Frog Dude. Mr. Pengy, funnily enough, has not received a costume, so they obviously think that he's still, good enough as is. But yeah, you've got all of the other Christmas heroes in here as well. So I wish you guys all of the best of luck in your summons. Please do comment. Let me know what you think of these heroes. I want to hear your opinions, and I want to hear what you think about where they're going to be best used as well. Please do drop us a like and subscribe to the channel if you find the videos helpful and if you don't want to miss any future content. And that is all for now. So all the best. A very, very Merry Christmas to all of you. Have a lovely festive season, and I'll look forward to seeing you all again next time. Bye for now, guys.